Hi, this is Nick with Bipolar Boxing. Just doing a post-fight breakdown for F.A. Ajagba versus Stephen Shaw. What an uneventful night of heavyweight fighting that was. Just before that fight, the Jonathan Rice versus Guido Vanella fight ended on a cut on Guinelo's right eye, I believe it was. Rice, probably the only punch he landed in the fight. Cut him open, fight's done. Knockout win for Jonathan Rice. Very happy for him, though. Very happy. It was an uneventful night, like I said. Wasn't much to cheer about in the crowd. Matter of fact, we were booing a lot. But good for that guy. Good for that guy. Good for his career. That guy has turned his whole life around within the last year or so after beating Michael Caulfield those two times last year, I believe it was. And this is a big, huge win, biggest win of his career right here, beating Guido Vanella on national television. So great for him, great for John Rice. But the main event, hey, look, F.A. Ajagba, you did your thing, man. You just lost about a year and a half ago, so you don't have to do anything to please us. You just do what you need to do to win fights, and that's exactly what you did. Stephen Shaw, on the other hand, I just think the event was too big for you, and you I don't know. There's not another way to say it. You failed miserably on this step up in competition, step up to the big lights. You, I saw him as being absolutely terrified the whole night of F.A. Ajagba. Just didn't let your hands go. I mean, we all knew going into the fight, if F.A. Ajagba is going to walk you down. You got to figure out a way to fight off your back foot. And I can guarantee you, whoever's trainer has had a plan for that. Shaw just did not execute. And it looked almost like, I hate to use the term showing up for a paycheck, but if you want to get a visual analogy of kind of what I'm going for, that's kind of what it looked like. You just showed up for a paycheck, and you did not fight like this. This fight could have catapulted your career. You could have been undefeated with a win over F.A. Ajagba, just like Frank Sanchez. You would have been put right in that same boat had you won. And now that you look so bad, I don't know where he goes from here. I mean, Ajagba's career is, heading in the right direction with that win because it was very dominant in my opinion. I did not agree one bit with the judges scoring 96-94. And I think it was all three scored 96-94. I just didn't see it. I saw F.A. Ajagba at least 8 rounds to 2, but in my eyes, I could have argued that I thought he won like every round. But maybe there was some stuff that I was missing. But I was second row, man. I was right there. And I thought Ajagba controlled that fight and won it very easily. Very disappointed in Stephen Shaw. Very disappointed, especially because my prediction video, I picked him to win. But that's what happens in this sport, especially when you don't have much to go off. But that's what happened. That's why it's good to see these contenders come together because it's a quick weeding out process is what it is. And especially in the heavyweight division, you need that because you can keep throwing Stephen Shaw in there against guys like Rydell Booker, Joey Dojeko, and he can look great. And he does have skills. Like I said before, I love the guy's hand speed. Apparently, that doesn't work when you get onto the competition of a fighter like you. I think F.A. Ajagba is probably just a tier up from him, just like Frank Sanchez was to F.A. Ajagba, pretty much. That's the difference I see between Ajagba and Shaw. So, but at least we found that out tonight, and we don't have to, have the argument about, well, there's this guy Stephen Shaw out of St. Louis, and there's that. You don't have to have that. The argument just happened, and he's not at F.A. Ajagba's level, so I feel bad for him. I don't know where his career is going now because he's 30 years old, but F.A. Ajagba, shout out to you, man. That's all you had to do was win that fight. It was a very important fight for you to win. You won it on main event national television, so kudos to you. Kudos to Jonathan Rice. To be honest, like I know they already fought, but that would be a good fight to make right there. Jonathan Rice is on a run. He's got a name now. F.A. Ajagba, I know it would almost, you would think it's a step back because Jonathan Rice lost to Steven Shaw as well. But Jonathan Rice is on a roll right now, and it wouldn't be a bad idea. The timing works to just put them in the ring because I don't know where F.A. Ajagba goes from here because you can't put him anywhere above Frank Sanchez. So I don't know where he goes, but he needs to keep winning fights. So he needs to fight guys like Jonathan Rice, in my opinion, for the next year or so. Then maybe make another step up. But he looks like he made a lot of improvements since the Frank Sanchez fight. He boxed more. I love to see that the guy went 10 rounds. I love to see that. I said in my preview video, I didn't like the fact that he was knocking people out in 2 or 3 rounds. Just because when you get up to a higher level, you need to know how to control somebody for 10 rounds because if the knockout doesn't happen, you need to have a plan B. But for me, to be honest, I think his plan A was to go in there and box. His plan B was probably if I get the behind on points, I'll go back to my, walk him down, throw the right hand. He didn't even have to throw the right hand tonight. He could have won the fight with his jab, which that's the thing that surprised me the most out of everything I saw tonight was F.A. Ajagba's jab. His jab looked good. I thought a few times that, him and Rice threw at the same time. He actually beat Rice to the jab, which I did not think would happen. But which I thought Rice would just as soon as he threw his jab, he'd come back with a 1-2 and then be out of there before F.A. Jogba's first jab even landed. That was not the case. I took one on the chin on my prediction, but we'll get better at that. You guys have a good night.